Hey, what's up, everybody? Jason here again. Look, hey, if you have not signed up for Private Tabs, or it's been maybe a couple months since you've used Private Tabs, I truly encourage you to come back and check this thing out because we are pushing out updates literally like every week to every 2 weeks. And this week is no exception. It's April 1st right now. But the version that's out right now is going to be called version 1.30, right? If you're part of this thing called Jason's Insiders Club, you might get access to it a little earlier. To join that, you just install our mobile app and then click the link that said Insiders, and you kind of go through the sign up. It's free to join, but basically it just has to verify your identity with a driver's license by scanning that, and then you can kind of join that program if you want to get early access. But everybody's going to get access to this on Friday, right? So I thought I would give you a really cool sneak peek of some of the new features that are in version 1.30. The first one obviously is an automatic white screen unblocker. So if you've been dealing with blocks on white screens, that is a thing of the past. You don't have to deal with that anymore. Obviously, if you check out my YouTube video, I did a video on how to actually deal with it in the current version. So if you're running into problems in the current version, you can just check that video out. It'll show you how to deal with it. But the big thing that I want to show you in this video is something that I think is really cool, and it is called essentially the new sales logging system. So let's take a dive into Private Tabs here, and let's pretend that I just bought myself some Lil Wayne tickets, 20-year anniversary, I guess, 20 years of Carter Classics with 2 Chainz, right? So I mean, who doesn't love Lil Wayne, right? So, but anyway, what's going to happen is when you buy a ticket now, previously what you could do is you could hit the icon and it would do a screen capture for you, and then you could share that screen capture, right, with your Discord server or whatever you might do, right? I know a lot of you have asked for things where, like, after a purchase, maybe it would log information, do webhooks, do things like that. Well, this is the first step to that. So now you'll notice that in this new version, we've got in our toolbar here, we now have the ability to log sale. So upon checkout, on the checkout screen, you'll see the log sale button, right? And if I were to click that button, look what's going to happen here. It's going to automatically go out and fetch all the information from the sale that I did, right? So it's going to have, like my ticket puller's name, who did the pull. It's going to have the ticket price, the information, the seat, the venue, right? Everything that's in that screenshot, but it's going to itemize it here in a screen capture, right? And you'll have the ability to adjust it or change it, right? So if you want to maybe review it and change it, you can. You've got the last 4 digits of credit card information. Again, we don't store credit card information, but we will store last 4 digits, and all that stuff is encrypted. But if you don't want that, you can just obviously just delete that, right, and get out of there if you don't want that, right? But the point is, you can review the sale now, and rather than it just being a screenshot of a picture, right, it actually has some metadata here. You can also put in notes like, I plan to make a ton of money off these tickets, right? Boom, right? Whatever you want to do. These are private notes to yourself. You can also check screenshots. So if you want to do the whole screen, or you just want to capture just the screen of the window as well, right? But now we hit send, bam. Now it just sent that information to our logging system, right? And in the future, we're going to be able to essentially, now it's going to post to like your Discord server. It could post to a webhook. So if you're using Zapier, you can log it to a spreadsheet. You can send an email. You can send it to Automatic, all that kind of stuff, right? But if you don't want to go through all that, because that's kind of techie, right? That's for techie people. If you're not techie, there's a new section on here called, sales history and purchases. And you'll see that now all those sales are now available to you inside of Private Tabs. So you'll not only be able to log it, if you want to recall that, I can click this button here and I can see it's got the artist's photo up here, the screenshot of the sale that I did, as well as the information, as well as any notes or information such as the ticket puller I used, or any of that metadata is now tied right here to the on the log, right? I can also do things like, now in this screenshot, we're going to, in the final release, we also have things like the export button here where you can export logs. I'm kind of using an early version for this video, but in the release version, we have the ability to export this data as well. We can sort the columns, by clicking the columns header. You can kind of click and sort the columns. You can search by different things. There's different search criteria, search by the ticket puller, search by the venues, or, search by the last 4 digits of the card, whatever you want to do, right? If you're trying to find stuff and everything. Now, I know a lot of you also like to push this into like Google Sheets. You can easily push this into Google Sheets as well using like webhooks and things like that. But this is the first step that you're going to see where now we have our sales logging system. So, and what's really cool about this is this also works in conjunction with the health monitor. So if you haven't seen the health monitor yet, I encourage you to go to my YouTube video and check out the video titled health monitor, right? Because what I'm doing is I'm going to basically be putting a lot more shorter videos up with each specific feature rather than one long form video with everything in it, right? I'm going to see how that goes. The other thing I'm going to tell you is make sure you download our mobile app and you click on the link that says Jason's Insiders Club, scan your driver's license and activate that, because I'm going to have a lot more sort of super secret private information in our mobile app, right? So, but I will have some public information out on our YouTube channel as well. So that's youtube.com/@private tabs, right? So have a great day. That is our new sales reporting system.